Good morning, guys. We are from Group 16. We are going to tell you guys about a Grand Canyon National Park. Before we start our explanation, we want to thanks to Miss Saradona to give a chance for us to finish this project. Okay, for the first, I'm gonna tell you guys about the short history of the Grand Canyon. Long short story, the Grand Canyon was found by Garcia Lopez de Cardenas. He was the first European to reach the Grand Canyon in September 1540. It was a group of about 13 Spanish soldiers led by Garcia Lopez de Cardenas, dispatched from the army of Francisco Vasquez de Coronado on its quest to find the fabulous seven cities of gold. After that, the fur trappers based in Taos knew of the Great Gorge, which they called the Big Canyon and shunned it. 8 years later, Major John Wesley Powell descended the Colorado River through its gorge, renamed the Big Canyon as the Grand Canyon, and wrote a classic account to the view from the river. Why we choosing Grand Canyon? Because the Grand Canyon one of the world wonders. The Grand Canyon is one of the most visited national park in the United States. As estimated, 5.9 million people visit the Grand Canyon in a year, making it the second most popular national park, following just behind the Great Smoky Mountains of North Carolina and Tennessee. And the second one, the Grand Canyon was carved over some 6 million years. Geological activity and erosion by the Colorado River create the Grand Canyon as we know it today. It is one of the most studied landscapes in the world, with extensive fossils records and multitude of geologic features and rich archaeological history. And the second, why we choosing Grand Canyon? Because the Grand Canyon one of the heritage site by UNESCO in 1979.
Now we have a look about the exact location of Grand Canyon National Park. It is in northwestern Cupertino and Moab Country, Arizona, United States of America. Next. Now we have a look. Let's talk about the ticket option. We have three different ticket options. The first one is individual. For 20 USD per person, it's fit about 15 years old and above. And the second one is vehicle for 35 USD up to 15 passengers. It's the option if you go to this group trip. And the last one is motorcycle for 30 USD for single and non-commercial rider only. Next. For the accommodation, we have two accommodation. We can combine the both of accommodation. The first one is by plane, by taking commercial air carrier to Las Vegas, Phoenix, and Flagstaff, and by car from Flagstaff by taking E40 west to the junction with Arizona Highway 64 North. And we suggest you to rent a car or grab taxi to arrive the exact location near of the Grand Canyon National Park. Next.
Okay, now I want to tell you about the many popular places to visit in Grand Canyon National Park based on expedia.co.id. First, Grand Canyon North Rim Visitor Center. It is the best North Rim observation point. Second, Grand Canyon Visitor Center, favorite green space in Grand Canyon Village. And third, we have Bright Angel Lodge. It can learn more about the history of Grand Canyon Village. And the next, Mather Point. This is the area hiking trail, beautiful sunsets, and top-notch restaurant. Yavapai Point. This area breathtaking sunrise and top-notch restaurants. And the last, Havasu Falls. This is a unique place, deserts and waterfalls. And next, we have many facilities based on GrandCanyon.com. First, we can get groceries, supplies, and bank and post office at Market Plaza in Grand Canyon Village. And the second, museum. We have so many museum at Grand Canyon. First, Cobb Studio, North Rim and Tusayan Museum, and South Rim Museum. And the third, Yavapai Observation Station. It contains temporary exhibits about the fossil record at Grand Canyon and panorama. The canyon is visible through the building windows. That's all about the explanation. And finally, that's all our presentation about Grand Canyon National Park. We hope it can make and help you to learn about popular place like national park in the world. And thank you.